Alright guys, so we are now in studio. We are currently at an event. I may not be able to post some of the photos or videos at this time because this is a live event that's happening and most of the stuff isn't supposed to come out until the end of February, closer to March. But this is going to be some behind the scenes, so you're going to get some views of how it looks in camera in studio. Now the first thing that I'm going to recommend using an r100 in studio is that you're going to have to change the settings to make it so that the display isn't what's actually being seen. And that's mainly because in studio it's going to be a lot darker and you're not going to be able to focus on everything, right? So as you see, it looked dark on camera, but when I took the photo it brightened up. So it's real easy. You're going to have to go to your menu and you're going to have to go through the settings to find where display is. Now, and it's going to be easy for you to find it because you're going to be able to focus. You're going to be able just to follow this video and find it right away. But while I was on set, I had to kind of fumble through the settings just to figure out where it was. Of course, make sure you're always shooting on RAW. Sometimes I shoot RAW JPEG, but mainly I just wanted to shoot just RAW for this one. And there we go, exposure simulation. So that needs to be disabled when you're doing in-studio shoots. That way you can lock in focus before you take the photo, right? Then of course you gotta change the settings, but on this camera you have to hit info to go over to the settings and change it. On most cameras, when you change in the settings, you can see the direct effect it has, but on this one, the only thing you can see is when you're changing the scroll setting, which you can set for either speed, for ISO, or for aperture. Right now, I just left it at shutter speed, but everyone has a different preference. So because I'm used to shooting in studio, I kind of have an idea of the settings that I like to start off with, and then I adjust from there. So right now I'm at 1/25 shutter speed with a f5.6 aperture and 100 ISO. So now we swap over the video real quick, and of course I gotta change everything all over again since I'm over here. And then as you can tell, I'm used to being able to change everything on screen, but since you can't touch anything on the screen, I gotta change it all from info. So go down to 1.8, I bump up the ISO speed, and then things are much brighter and much clearer. Again, this is an event that's happening at the moment, so it is pretty dark except for the flashes going off. Right now I have on the 35, which isn't too difficult to focus. However, it does suffer from focus breathing, but it's going to be one of the items / lenses that you grab with a cheaper camera like this because it's more of a budget-friendly lens. Right now, of course, I'm testing for the wobble effect that you get when you shoot in 4K, seeing if it looks any different in studio than when it did out and about. So this is just me catching some B-roll content of people interacting. You have some photographers interacting with the models. You have some models just kind of testing things out. And then you're going to have some of just the environment itself. Now, I be turning this camera on and off, mainly because I only have the one battery at the moment. If I had more than one battery, then I just leave it on at all times. But this is just me just checking out the environment, seeing how everything looks. This is how everyone is shooting at the studio. This is at the beginning when we only have one model. Further down the line, we get 3 to 4 more models that kind of come and be everywhere. So this was one of the guests that was going to helping us and being a tester for all of our editing settings. Always kind of have something like this so that we can adjust colors at the end and post. And I was just checking out to see how zoom looked.